Hi, my name is Marlene Katz. This is my servant project presentation for MGT 410. My professor is Josh Sugata. For my servant project, I chose to serve at the Westwood Neighborhood Food Pantry. I chose the Westwood Neighborhood Food Pantry because it helps those in my own community. They work to alleviate hunger and food insecurity in Kalamazoo, Michigan. The pantry has saved me more than once during COVID. It is one of the few pantries in the area that is not income-based. Kalamazoo has nearly 38,000 residents. In the public school system, 70% of the children qualify for free and reduced lunch. This is near and dear to me as I work in the district with the families myself. My students get a chance to see me not only in school, but see me lead by example and use my servant leadership. The picture to the right is the food pantry itself. I broke my 10 hours into 3 different days. I did this because I wanted to try and serve in all the areas so I could see which one was the best fit for me. I had to fill out a background check and volunteer form before I could even serve. On day 1, which was a Tuesday, several volunteers and myself worked as a team to put 100 boxes together from last week's donations. The donations had to be counted and sorted before we even boxed them. This included cereals, soups, noodles, canned goods, dry goods, and 1 snack. This took us 2 hours. On Thursday, I returned. I was asked to drive a U-Haul truck to a mass food distribution at Byron Center, Michigan, for food pantries. After I did that, I then drove to a farm in Battle Creek. They gave us a lot of fresh produce, meats, and milk. I had to then head back to the pantry. We had to unload and sort the donations into the desired areas. They also got many donations from local businesses like Costco's, Sam's Club's, Panera Bread, Myers, Harding's, Target, Aldi's, Trader Joe's, and Fresh Thyme, just to name a few. On my 3rd day, which was a Saturday, it was distribution day. Volunteers arrived 2 hours before those who were being served. We bagged the produce, set up meat to be distributed, set up the boxes to be given out, as well as the milk. The meat was then written on a whiteboard, and those being served got to choose 2. That was the station I was at. That included giving out 1 box per person and giving them baked goods. I also got to listen to a lot of stories, which was my favorite part. Then they went to the produce and dairy sections. Once done, we asked if there was anything else that they needed that we could give them. The first picture on the left is bread that we got from Panera. The next are the vegetables, produce, fruit, and meat that was on truck number 1. The bottom 2 are me in action. On the bottom right, it was 110 degrees, but I still served with a smile on my face. The food pantry's mission statement states it best. It tries to alleviate hunger in Westwood neighborhood of Kalamazoo. The hunger can happen for a multitude of reasons. They are there to listen and not ask any questions. This helps those in the community grow in both stability and ask for support. By meeting their food needs, they will be able to focus on many other essential needs. When serving, we are teaching both kindness and how it can make an impact. I saw this firsthand. Some volunteers were doing it out of necessity, while others, like myself, were not. I noticed that doing it through kindness had a much better attitude. I made sure before I went in to serve, I prayed that I could carry out God's will with a servant attitude. By doing this, I would lead by example and encourage others to serve as well. I used Matthew 5:15 as my stepping stones. Matthew 5:15 says, "Let your light shine before others. hoping that others would see me serving and serve wholeheartedly as well. This organization helps people become healthier by giving them the resources to have fresh produce and lean meat that they would not have. This is healthier because it alleviates future health problems. They also provide other resources. They let those being served know of organizations that give food on Saturdays when they are not giving it out. They hold ESL classes and have a free store for other basic needs that are not food on different days. I have a strong belief that those who we serve will become servants themselves. Many of the less privileged in Kalamazoo were provided food. This offers them a safety net during many times of uncertainty. It allows them to free up financials that they use for food and use them for other essential needs. This will help with financial stability and self-sufficiency. This will help the society and the less privileged so they will be able to get back on their feet and have healthier eating habits. The least privileged of Kalamazoo benefit greatly from the organization. I noticed that a lot being served were single parents, immigrants, and those of color. These people usually fall through the cracks. Giving them food takes away anxiety and eliminates a big stressor for those families. While serving, I noticed a great deal of my servant leadership skills. The most obvious one was serving others, of course. I did this in many ways. I listened to others' stories and needs. This made use of my listening and not speaking. I listened before I spoke. Next was both empathy and compassion. I listened to understand each person and their unique situation. I had compassion for what they were going through. Healing came from the organization in many ways. Two I saw were food insecurities and financial hardships that were taken away and their needs were met. We as a team, we as volunteers use teamwork and communication. We learned many make slight work. We used communication while going through the line to let them know that we were done and they can go to the next station. It showed me that little goes a long way. I have chosen to continue volunteering, although all my hours have been met. My eyes have been opened, and I now see I can serve others before being served. It has made me grateful and thankful for the Kalamazoo community and how we are small but mighty and stick together. During this project, I had many key takeaways. First, I am grateful for what I have, and I'm also thankful to this course for making me step out of my quiet, shy shell. It allowed me to go out and help my community. I learned that servant leadership is not only for big business, for anyone can serve and give back, no matter how little. My values and beliefs shaped how I served. I had a purpose, and it wasn't just to meet my course hours. I looked at serving in God's name. This allowed me to serve with a cheerful attitude. I chose to continue serving not only for my own gain, but for others. Servant leadership should be a lifestyle and adapt it into our weekly routines. It has shown me what God has given me, and I am grateful. One thing I noticed is that after serving, I felt a sense of mindfulness. I was refreshed and less anxious and stressed. I really felt relaxed. I will now show you a few pictures of just the fun I had while serving. The first picture is a picture of everyone waiting for me to arrive with the truck. The second picture is me driving the big U-Haul truck. The third picture is all the fresh produce, meats, and milk that we got on my second delivery. The fourth is a pickup truck that I also had to drive that had even more milk. The fifth picture is a check that we got from Advia Bank, and this happened because we reach out to different businesses in the community in order to make the whole community get involved in our mission. The sixth picture is us giving a gentleman a box and how happy he became when we gave him this box, and us serving him. Here are just a few pictures of not myself serving, but those that I myself have encouraged to serve. Through my own serving, I have encouraged both my father-in-law, holding the meat sign on the left, to serve, as well as my son. My son and my father-in-law have teamed up and have been serving every Saturday that the pantry is open with myself. My son has even encouraged his friends who are underprivileged themselves to serve. The last picture shows that a servant leader named Susan, who runs the whole food pantry, got very excited because her name was on lettuce. It's the little things that count in life and can make your day shine. And as you can see, servants come in many different shades, shapes, sizes, and ages. And as Martin Luther King says, everybody can be great because anyone can serve. Thank you for listening.